I just said I'd come on this morning just to let you all know I had a trigger day yesterday. Being a cancer patient, you always have trigger days. So I ended up back in the doctor yesterday, so I did, because I have the awful dose that's going around at the moment. And it just reminded me of going to the doctor October 22. It was actually kind of a couple of weeks after COVID and stuff like that, and not being well. And I just had this breathlessness again, and I just panicked. So I went into the doctor and she reassured me and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's just a trigger for people who have cancer and stuff like that. But in one way, I got my vaccine. I have the flu vaccine. I have the pleurisy vaccine. So I feel like if whatever this bug or dose that people are getting, it's a bronchitis and chest infection, that people with cancer, and especially lung cancer, you're so vulnerable. But it triggered me. I had a really bad day yesterday thinking, oh my God, there's something wrong now at this stage. And I said to myself, it's just it now for the rest of my life. And it probably will be, every little trigger. But it was just extremely hard to go into the doctor again and say to her, I've got breathlessness again. I've pains in my right lung instead of my left lung this time. And she reassured me that I was sick, and you probably wonder, why am I sitting in a car? But life goes on. I had to still bring my children to school this morning. And I just said I'd let you all know there's always triggers with cancer, and especially lung cancer. And this is my first winter post-op then too, so it's probably been frightened being around people. So just for people to be vulnerable towards other people, take it a little bit like COVID. Stand away from people. Just be mindful when you're coughing and spluttering all over the place then too. So please God, by a couple of days after a few steroids, inhaler, antibiotic, I should be back to some kind of normality. But yeah, cancer is always going to be a trigger for me, I suppose. I spoke to a few people that I know and stuff like that, and they're saying the same thing. Once you get it, you always relate with it. But it was just so fresh to me. That was exactly 2 years ago. I went into my doctor with the same type of symptoms, and I was like, oh my God. But she did reassure me, and I've had my blood biomarker bloods done recently, and normal bloods done recently. And please be mindful, if you don't have cancer, that are being around other people, you just don't know who's standing in front of you or behind you or sitting beside you. Just be mindful with this weather.